What is up, visionaries? Welcome back to the Vista channel. It's good to have you with us. Today, we're going to be discussing how to film events as a videographer. Perhaps you're a beginner videographer or even an expert like our boy Peter McKinnon.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, regardless of your skill level, I think we can all learn from each other, and I'm hoping that today you will, find something new that maybe you didn't think about before when you filmed events, or maybe you're going to be doing your first event and you're trying to find some, online resources. I really hope that this video will be helpful, and yeah, if you're new to the channel, it's great to have you with us. Welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, it's good to see you again. And without further ado, let's roll the intro. So when filming events, I use what I call the 4G method. And now the 4G method kind of sits in the back of my mind as I film the entire event from start to finish, planning included, and hopefully through, talking about it with you guys today, you'll be able to apply it to when you go out to film. And the first G we have stands for gear. This comes in obviously right from the very beginning in your planning stage, in that you've got to make sure that your gear is ready. Make sure that it's ready for the day or the shoot ahead. So charge your batteries, ensure that you have all of the necessary gear in your bag. Invest in a really fantastic camera bag that can really help you save a lot of time in the field when you're out there with your gear, and you can quickly swap out between lenses, swap out between batteries, and not have to put everything down, hustle around, and that feeling. I know you know what I'm talking about. So if you have a really sleek camera bag, you can basically just whip things in and out. Perhaps you're one of those guys who likes to have all the slings around you. Whatever the case may be, make sure that your gear is ready for the day and you've packed everything. So many times for events, small things like SD cards and adapters are what get left behind, both on scene and at the house or at your studio. So please be sure to create a checklist for your gear that you can check before you leave the house or the studio, as well as before you leave the venue, just to ensure you haven't lost any items in transit between the day. So yeah, create a gear list, make sure your gear is packed, ready, fully charged. That's also something that can really bite you in the is coming up to a shoot and you have your 3 batteries ready, but 2 of them are at 10% and you're just like so ensure that your gear is ready. That's the first G. Our second G stands for game plan. So you want to go into the event with a game plan. That means understanding the program. So know what the flow of events is going to be like through the whole event. Understand what needs to be captured at each spot. This can be done through like a rough shot list. I know for more intense shoots, you'll definitely have a very strict shot list. But for myself personally, as freelancer, I often am the only cameraman on scene. I kind of work with a rough shot list. I go with what I know I want to see in the end result, and I kind of work around that. I don't necessarily stick to a specific shot list, but I do definitely have shots in mind. I research other videos to get inspiration for shots, and I just go into it with the game plan. That's what can really set you apart and can really make you feel comfortable going into the event, knowing what time each and every piece of the event takes place. If you have to get shots of certain interviews for individuals who attended the event, or if you have to capture a certain scene that is going to be taking place at a certain time that the audience doesn't know about, so you have to be ready before it happens. There's a lot of variables that can come in depending on the event, so make sure you know what your event is going to be like. If you're in the unfortunate position where the event is just going to be one long kind of free-for-all, then just go into it with a rough shot list like I mentioned, and just try and capture as many great shots as you can and try to create a story. So know how your shots can flow and tell a story through what you're capturing. Our third G stands for guests. Now this can kind of be interpreted as attendees, guests, whatever you want to call them, but the individuals who come to the event. A lot of the time we as videographers tend to focus on the subject matter and not necessarily those who are viewing or enjoying that subject matter. So having great footage of individuals, listening and focusing on the subject matter can really amp up the video that you want to create. And it can really show and give life to the event from someone who maybe didn't get to attend. So you basically become someone who attends for them, and you can show them how others enjoyed it as well. And it really gets the emotions going, and I found it to be really useful to ensure that you focus on the guests as well as the subject of the event. So make sure you get those shots of the guests arriving, smiling, clapping, all of that. Try your best to get at least a few shots so that you're covered with that regard. I just want to jump in here real quick and let you guys know that you can check out all of the gear that I have at kit.co. You can check the link in the description. All of the links that are used are affiliate links to Amazon, where you can buy the product, and if you purchase them there will be a small remuneration towards the channel, so it would really help if you are willing to support. And if you're looking for equipment, you guys can go and check out kit.co. And a second reminder that we have a giveaway running this month for the whole of November, so if you guys want to enter, also check the link in the description. You can win around $50 worth of ebooks based on finance and financial mindset and literacy. So if you guys think that you'll enjoy something like that, you guys can enter free of charge with the link in the description. And our fourth G stands for game changer. Now this one sits in the back of my mind, you know, as I'm filming, as I'm going to any event. I always go into the event with the idea that I want to bring some sort of value to the client that they didn't expect. And that can really set you apart as a videographer, to try and find moments that you can capture, moments and things that you can film that really stand out and can really, you know, change the game of the video, so to say. So an example of this would be a charity weekend drive that I filmed for a real estate agency here in my hometown in South Africa. And essentially, you know, it's a very straightforward weekend show. They have stalls, they have all the food, they have all of this. But the thing that I noticed was that there was a really cool little kids cart that was driving around. And so what I thought was, what if I hop onto the cart at the back and film on top of it and see what kind of shot I can get. And when the client saw that, he was really impressed to the lengths at which I was willing to go to try and find unique ways at representing the event. So it's a really simple example and a really small one, but it's the mindset that matters, I think. It's going into the shoot with the idea that you want to do something different for them and you want to bring value for them. That's really what will set you apart as a videographer. So to recap our 4 Gs, we have gear. Make sure it's packed. Make sure it's ready to go. Make sure you can get to it quickly. We have game plan. Go into the event knowing what needs to be filmed, knowing how it's going to go down. If you don't, ensure that you at least have some rough idea. Then we have guests. Focus on the attendees. Try and get some shots of the people who are, you know, witnessing the event or being a part of it. And fourth, we have game changer. Come at the event with the mindset of bringing value and bringing something that your client has, you know, maybe never seen before. That way you can definitely snag that next gig with them, and they'll be more than willing to come back to you, you know, and that's more work for you. Fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little run through of the 4G method that I use when I'm filming, and I hope that it will help you. As you know, maybe you have an event tomorrow that you're researching for. All the best if you do. And you know, if you found value from this, it would be fantastic if you would just, you know, smash that subscribe and hit that like button, turn it blue for me. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and just a reminder, stay safe, stay healthy, stay creative. I'll catch you visionaries next time.